Is recording in progress. Now we can do it. Very good. Very, very good. So we are continue to meditate on our meditations, towards understanding our minds, understanding the mechanics of how it works so we can find happiness and we can be free from suffering. That's the idea. And meditation is one of these tools. Just meditation alone, familiarization, that's what it means. We need to first know what we are familiarizing ourselves with. So first we also need to recognize what we are already familiar with. And we can say that we are very easily familiar with anger, with attachment, with low self-esteem, with anxiety, all of these minds that come very easily to us. No, someone drives us, says something, the mind gets angry, the mind gets snappy, easy, right? So that is what we are familiarized already with. So now we need to familiarize ourselves with love, compassion, kindness. Okay? So for that we need to understand how these negative emotions, these disturbing emotions, they work, and then we need to apply antidotes to them. So that's what we're going to do today. Last week we meditated on attachment, and today we're going to meditate on attachment again, but we're going to use antidotes. We're going to put minds that are going to counteract, that mind of attachment. Especially because attachment right now is what we call happiness. Engaging with objects and people and experiences of attachment. We call it happiness, isn't it? But actually, attachment is that exaggeration of the qualities of the, as I like to say, the juiciness of the object, of the food, of the person, and that makes us believe that if we don't have that, if we don't have that experience, that object, that person in our lives, we are not able to be happy. So that is the mind of attachment, completely deceiving us. Okay? So that's what we need to recognize, because right now we engage. It's like going thinking about the next trip we're gonna do. We already thinking, oh my God, I'm gonna be so nice. I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna visit this. I'm gonna do that. Blah blah blah. And we think that feeding those mindsets are actually happy. No, makes us feel happy, but they are just deceiving us, because when we get there into the place where we want to go, maybe it's raining, maybe there's a lot of people, maybe lots of stuff happen. I remember when I went to Paris and everybody was talking about the Mona Lisa. And I was like, wow, I really want to visit the Mona Lisa and all of that. And I was thinking, wow, it would be amazing. And then you get there, it's a small little thing like this, full of people in front of you. You cannot even see it, and you're like, what is going on here? It was very deceiving, very deceiving. My attachment really kind of like deceived me there. So it's a little bit like that, the mind. We need to just be careful that we are not being deceived. So we need to recognize it. Okay? So that's what we're going to do today. So let's start. Let's start with our meditation on using antidotes for attachment. Okay? So we start finding a comfortable posture. We need to be kind to our bodies. So each of us have a unique body. So each of us need to check what it works for us. But we try to find a posture, at least to have our back as straight as possible. Mm. And we try to have shoulders relaxed, arms relaxed. And normally in this type of meditation, we try to put the right hand on top of the left and the thumbs slightly touching. And the neck relaxed, slightly tilted towards the front, as if we are looking something ahead of us. The tongue touches the upper palate. So like that, we don't need to think about what to do with saliva. Just let it slide. And the eyes slightly open if we want, if we are tired. So there's some light coming in. Or we can close completely. And once we stabilized our posture, our physical posture, we start to turn our attention into our inner world, our thoughts, emotions, our mood here this morning. So our body posture doesn't become anymore an issue or a point of attention to us, and we turn inwards, just checking in with ourselves. Allowing that space for us to observe and be comfortable with looking inwards. And especially we try to bring the attention to the reason or the motivation, the intention that brought us here today. Why did we decided to stop whatever we were doing? Maybe stop sleeping and waking up to be here? What are we trying to achieve? By meditating on attachment and its antidotes. And we can check deeper if we want. The reason we are here is because of the reason that we do whatever we do, is the wish for happiness and the wish to be free from suffering. However, we are confused on how to find it, because otherwise we would not need to be here. We would have found it already. But exactly the mind of attachment, the mind that always wants more and more, bigger and bigger, brighter and brighter, it's what doesn't give us peace of mind to be happy, content, satisfied. Therefore, we need to understand how it works so we can eliminate it from our minds and allow ourselves to open our minds not only for our own internal happiness, but how we can help others to also have well-being and find happiness. So we try to generate this intention by meditating on our own attachment. We can help others. So we start by bringing the attention to our breath, to the subtle sensations that the air leaves every time that we breathe in and out through our nostrils. We don't change the way we breathe, we just observe it. And if it is easy, we can count every in breath and out breath as 1 until 10 and restart again. But probably we will be distracted by thoughts, emotions, plans of future, memories of the past. Just notice that you got distracted. And remember that right now doesn't matter how attractive, how interesting, how important the thought means. You just bring the attention back to the breath again and again. Well, now that we were able to focus and concentrate our minds a little bit better, will we use this focus to analyze and apply the antidotes of attachment, trying to come up with a conclusion and staying with this conclusion in order to transform our minds. So we start by thinking about an object, a person, a situation that we are very attached to. So attachment in the sense of we project qualities, incredible perfection, and we cling to it as if our lives depended on it. We can never find happiness if we don't have that. So try to find that object, that person, that habit, that situation, whatever it is, and really try to observe it first and recognize the attachment. So we start by trying to first deconstruct or demystify the situation or the projection that the attachment is bringing us, you know, how it's completely deceiving us. And the first way that is really deceiving us is that if we have that object, if we have that person, that situation, that amount of money, when I have it, you know, that when I have it, I will be happy ever after. So just think about it, really. If you have that thing, maybe you already have it, the thing, the person, the situation. Does it really bring lasting happiness, lasting satisfaction that you don't need to look for something else? Just check for it. Check if it is true. And check if the moment you have it, if it is actually, problem free. Okay, done. No more problems coming from it. Or maybe other problems arise from now having the object, having the person, having the amount of money. Think about it. And with that, we can ask ourselves, does anything or anyone can truly have the ability to bring us lasting happiness? Is there something out there that could make us completely happy? Just think for a moment. But not only this, is that the moment we have it, well, it's quite possible, it's very likely that we're going to be separated from it. Either because the money might finish, things can happen, the object might break, or the person, you know, might die or dump us. So think about it. Is that likely to happen? Is that possible? And check how would you feel that if you understand that this will happen, that you will be separated from it. Would you still be so interested and wishing to actually, you know, do many things and suffer for having that? Or maybe you could know it and have it with a more balanced mind. Check it for a moment. Because if we come with a more balanced mind, the moment, that the thing, that person is separated from us, we just become grateful and we really appreciate the time we had together. And we just continue living our lives in quietness, peace. Think about it for a moment. You can start doing that now, appreciating the time you have with the object, with this, without actually creating, deceiving you that you're never gonna lose it, that you're never gonna be separated from it. So think about it for a moment. And not only these, also maybe this person or this object you could share with others. You don't need to be so possessive. You don't need to be so clinging, but you can, you know, enjoy it without the clinging and share with others so others could also benefit from this person, from this object, from this money, whatever it is. Think about sharing your object of attachment. How does it feel? It can be sharing your reputation, your, whatever it is that you cling to for yourself. Also, that others could also have that. Others could also be happy with this. Think about it. So, as we can see, we don't need to actually let it go of the objects, of the people, of the experiences. What we need to do is enjoy them without clinging the mind that deceives us. Because the moment that we don't realize we are being deceived, we become manipulative, we become aggressive, we almost become blind and do things that are not very beneficial for ourselves and others. So just having mind, creating that awareness in your daily life that can still enjoy things, but check the clinging, letting go, sharing them, knowing you're going to lose them, you're going to be separated from them, and knowing that they can never bring you lasting happiness. So come to this conclusion. So with this conclusion, we dedicate that whatever we do in our daily lives, we can use, to transform our relationship with attachment and stop being deceived by it more and more. So we can be free from it and we can help others to also be free from it. Finding finally lasting peaceful happiness for ourselves and others. So we dedicate like that. And we can slowly move our bodies, open our eyes. I wanted to do this meditation because sometimes we really go into the extreme of like, attachment, I need to give up everything and I need to become a monk or nun or things like that. Don't think like that. No, this is only crazy people think like that. So, don't think like that. So you just kind of like know that you can enjoy things as long as you see how the mind of attachment is deceiving you. So you don't get deceived, you can enjoy much more the situation, the person, the everything. Okay? So have that in mind in throughout your days and then just go like checking. Okay? I have one thing that just happened this morning is that I am in Sao Paulo and I have to go to Rio on Wednesday, and the company changed my flight, and I think it's exactly at the time of our meditation. So I'm trying to make it change again, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. So if not, my suggestion is that you go back to one of the meditations we did on the YouTube of Thubten Kalden and do it one of these meditations. Okay, so it's homework. It's not that you guys don't do anything. Say, okay, so I'm gonna sleep in a little bit more. No, like this. You just go and check one of them and do one of those meditations. Okay, we have meditation on attachment, on anger. We have a meditation on the mind. We did so many meditations already. I think we did already. I don't know how many weeks of meditation. So we know more than 30 meditations I think we have there. So just check them. Okay? I am so sorry for that. If I am able to, I will let you guys know by email or something, and especially Patty for the people at Shantideva. But if not, we just do it like this. Okay? Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.